Hello and welcome, you're watching this Mongolian World. I'm your host, Taner Gambatar. And for top stories, this spring's raw cashmere prices range from 120,000 to 140,000 MNT per kilogram. The value of teaching children financial literacy. And for the news, stay tuned. Cashmere is the main source of income for many of Mongolia's herders. Cashmere prices vary every year, which impacts the income stability of herders, and this spring the price of combed cashmere for kilogram ranges from 120,000 to 140,000 tugrik.
In 1980, Mongolia had a livestock population of 9.6 million, but around 67 million animals were counted in 2020, including 27 million goats. The main reason why goats are bred is for cashmere production, the main source of income for herders. While a kilogram of cashmere can be sold for 50,000 tugrik in some years, in March of 2021, the price of cashmere reached a high of 155,000 tugrik in Darnga province and was lowest in Dondro province at 70,000 tugrik per kilogram. However, this year cashmere is priced at 150,000 in Darnat province and ranges from 120,000 to 140,000 per kilogram at Inelt market.
Eastern province herders have started to comb cashmere. In general, according to pre-arranged contracts and deals between customers and herders, cashmere is valued at 150,000. There are reports of initial small-scale sales valued at 120 to 140,000 tugrik. However, the market value will be defined when larger-scale sales begin.
Mongolia exported $220 million in cashmere in 2020. 90% of exports were combed and washed cashmere, with only 10% being finished products. Ministry officials say the domestic production of value-added cashmere products needs to increase and exports to the global market.
We have set a goal to develop domestic production, construct a value chain network, and increase export. This will stabilize exports and cashmere production, stabilizing prices for raw materials.
Last year, the government provided 95 billion tugrik in loans for the cashmere industry with a 3% interest rate. This year, the Ministry of Food, Agriculture and Light Industry reports that 150 billion tugrik in loans will be available for the cashmere industry, 15 billion tugrik is earmarked for the leather industry, and 25 billion tugrik in loans will be available for wool manufacturing.
There are many different perspectives of giving teens access to their own money. Without guidance, bad habits can be developed that lead to a lifetime mismanagement of personal finances. Teaching children how to manage their money wisely is a great investment in their future. In our next report, we will meet a girl who is already very good at spending her money wisely.
Anna, a 9th grader, receives pocket money from her parents. When she first started dealing with money, she did not know what to spend it on. She was told that she should plan for the future and use her money wisely. She spends most of her money on books, and from time to time, she puts money away for savings.
Some of our peers play video games. I want my peers and those around me to save money for their future. I plan on studying abroad, so I'm saving up for it. I also plan on getting a scholarship.
Finance experts say the lack of financial literacy among Mongolian children is due to their upbringing. More than 90% of adolescents learn about money management from their parents. Researchers also say that it is important for parents to set the right example for their children.
When it comes to financial education for young children, it's not just about their money. The financial education we provide is part of the education we provide on living in society. Therefore, children are taught how to deal with money as they learn about social relationships. There is a misconception that children overestimate the value of money and believe that nothing is impossible without having money.
The notion of keeping children away from money has been around in the past. That's one of the many reasons people make bad financial decisions. In the United States, for example, first-grade teachers bring children banknotes and talk about them. There are simple lessons on what the images on the banknotes mean. Then they talk to the children about desires and needs, determining the difference between what they want and what they need, and explaining the difference to them in first grade.
Not everyone is a financial expert, but financial literacy is important for success in life and managing personal finances. Finance experts say that in this age of globalization, it is important for everyone to pay attention to providing children with financial education. It is important for everyone to pay attention to providing children with financial education. According to a recent survey, 45% of Mongolian teenagers have their own ATM card.
The Ministry of Health and the National Center for Communicable Disease reported that 85 new cases of COVID-19 were recorded in Mongolia and no deaths were recorded on Wednesday. Following this, let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs.
Yet Mongolian Airlines and German airline carrier Lufthansa signed a special cooperation agreement. Under this agreement, passengers will be able to connect to Lufthansa's European, US, South American and African cities flights through their Ulaanbaatar-Frankfurt flight. Lufthansa is Germany's flag carrier and the country's largest airline. When combined with its subsidiaries, it's the second largest airline in Europe in terms of passengers carried. It operates flights to domestic destinations and international destinations in a number of countries across Africa, the Americas, Asia, and Europe. In Mongolian, Hussuk means a cart on which people used to put the yurts when moving. Hussukton would mean the people of the carts. This term is synonymous with nomads and is closely linked to the culture of these musicians who have been traveling around the world for 10 years. Hussukton symbolizes the desire to travel around while making music in the image of their ancestors who traveled the world. The particularity of Hussukton lies in the use of vocal polyphony made from homi and various throat chants, as well as a repertoire almost entirely dedicated to the harmonic singing of Mongolian homi. After being revealed at the International Ulaanbaatar Homi Festival in 2009, the BBC Proms in 2011, Rainforest Music Festival in 2012, and ranked second Asia's Got Talent competition in 2015, Hussukton now has an international reputation.
Now let's take a look at the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Now let's take a look at our regular feature on sports. Yokozuna Terunofuji Kairte withdrew from the Spring Grand Sumo tournament on Friday due to injuries to his right heel and left knee, leaving the ongoing 15-day competition at the Aetion Arena in Osaka without a wrestler from the sport's highest rank. The 30-year-old suffered his second loss on Thursday, the 5th day of the tournament, against number 2 Megashira Tamawashi. Terunofuji will forfeit his scheduled bout on day 6 against number 3 Onosha and leaves the meet with a 3-win and 3-loss record. The injuries will require treatment for around 1 month, according to medical information Terunofuji submitted to the Japan Sumo Association on Friday. The injury withdrawal is Terunofuji's first in his 4th tournament as a Yokozuna. He hurt his heel during the January tournament, where he missed out on winning a 3rd straight championship, and caught the coronavirus in early February, adding to the concerns about his fitness to the current meet. After reaching Sumo's second highest rank of Ozeki, Terunofuji's career was nearly ended by injuries to both knees and bouts of serious illness that saw him plummet to the sport's second lowest division in March 2019. He closed his way back up to the rankings, however, and made a triumphant return to the top division in July 2020, when he won the second of his 6 Emperor's Cups. The Mongolian-born powerhouse was promoted to Yokozuna after last July's Grand Tournament and became the sole man at the rank when Hakuho retired in September. The March tournament is being held in front of spectators at its regular home in Osaka for the first time since the start of the coronavirus pandemic. Here's the weather forecast of world's major cities. Well, that's all for now, and thank you for staying with us. We'll see you next time with more news and updates. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.